Hello friends, welcome to Code Crush Coding. In this video, we are going to learn some of the Java interview questions. So let's start with the first question. So what is meant by local variable and instance variable? So we know any value that we need to store in the program, we need the variables. So we can have the different access specifiers for the variables which are public, private, protected and default that we have learned in the previous video. But another concept is of local and instance variable that are used to declare the scope of the variables. What is the difference between this local and instance variable? So local variables are defined in the method and the scope of the variables that exist inside the method itself. So local variable can be declared inside the method and that have the life only inside for that particular method. And instance variable is defined inside the class and outside the method. So these variables are declared inside the class and outside of the method, and the scope or the life of the variable exists throughout the class. As they are declared inside the class, they have the life throughout the class. Now let's understand this difference in the demo. So here I have a class test3. Now what we will do, as we know, instance variable are declared inside the class. So let's declare a variable. Let's say int roll number 1. So this is an instance variable as it is declared inside the class and outside of a method. Now we will declare one method here. Let's say public void show. So this is the method, and inside this method we again declare another variable. Let's say int price 10, and here we will print this out. Let's print here local variable price, and after that we will declare another method. Let's declare another method public void display, and inside this method I will have a print statement sys out, and I will try to print the instance variable roll number inside this method. Let's see if we are able to do that. Instance variable, and let's have here roll number. So see, we are getting here roll numbers, means no error we are getting here. Now you can see the show method. Inside this show method, this is a price variable and this is a local variable because we cannot access this particular variable in any other method. If you try to print here price, see, we are getting here error. What does the error says? Price cannot be resolved to a variable, means that particular variable is not visible outside this particular method, means only this method can access the price variable. As this is a instance variable which is declared inside the class and outside the method, so it is accessible throughout this class, means till this curly braces of the class it can be accessed anywhere. So that's why we are able to access here roll number. So in this way, you can understand the difference between the local variables and instance variable. Local variables are declared inside the method and that have the scope for that particular method only. And instance variable are declared inside the class and outside the method and that have the scope for the entire class. Now let's move toward the next question. So if a question comes like give an example of pointers using Java class. So the main thing in the Java is there is no concept called pointers in Java because Java Virtual Machine or JVM is responsible for allocating the memory in Java. So that's why we don't need pointers in Java. Also working with pointers is quite difficult and they are not safe. So that's why there are no pointers in Java. So we cannot use pointer concept in Java. Now let's move towards the next question. So how can we implement any code before the main method? So we know whenever we write the Java code, our code starts from the main method. If here, let me remove this entire class content and let's declare one main method. So we know how to declare public static void main. and here you need to say string args arguments, and here we have the main method. So we know our code starts from the main method, like main method content will be executed first. But what if, how can we implement any code before main method? So how to do this? So when we need to implement any statement even before object creation at load time of class, we can use a static block of code in the class. So before a main method, you can also implement your code with the help of static block. So we can execute a Java program without a main method by using a static block. Static block in Java is a group of statement that get executed only once when the class is loaded into the memory by a Java class loader. It is also known as static initialization block. Now let's see in this demo here what we are saying here. Let's say in the main method you have one statement print hi. If you run this code, see, first we are getting the content of your main method as this is the only statement here. Now we want to execute a statement before this main method. So that can be done with the help of a static block. You need to declare here a static keyword and then a curly braces. So this is a static block. And if you print here anything, that statement will get executed before the content of main method. If I say here static content, let's run this code. So see, first static content is getting printed and then hi. It means that before main method also you can execute some statements which will be provided in the static block. So remember the concept of static block. They are also called as static initialization block, and they are used to execute the statement before the main method. So in this way you can make use of this static block. So that's it in this video. We will cover another questions in next video. Thank you for watching.